Okay, here we go. With a slightly sore throat. Undersea volcano. Yes. So, I think this is the only dark underwater stage I made. I don't really make underwater stages much, and I kind of feel like I should have made maybe one or two more. But you play one underwater stage, you kind of played them all, you know, like, it's kind of straightforward. The play style's different, of course, but it's easier to avoid enemies. That is, however, you can have a lot of enemies, as you can see. I got these spikes, which are those jellyfish. Very nice touch, you know. Based on that, one of the underwater levels in Mario 3. I think it was 7-3 or 7-4. Oh boy, all those just tumble on down. I don't know if there was an item in that. I don't know. Down we go. Don't fall in the lava though. And that goes that way, so it's not really in your way. So here's the volcano. Yes, indeed. The volcano of the undersea volcano level. With lots of potaboos. And a tantalizing pair of 30 coins. There we go. I think I should make this a little bit louder. Yeah. Oh boy. I wonder if I'll get to 99 lives with this. Let me turn that down a tad bit. Maybe that's better. Coral collection. So, this is more of a spontaneous idea. I thought, you know what? We got coral, right? And pink coins kind of look like coral. So you collect the pink coins, you're collecting the coral. And why? I don't know. Maybe you're a scientist and you want to, you know, experiment with coral. I've heard that scientists are trying to bioengineer some new kind of coral that doesn't, I guess, that doesn't die in acidic water or something. There's, you know, the oceans are changing, and the different kinds of animals and plants and whatever coral is. I guess it's an animal. That kind of thing. You know, they're all struggling with the way that the oceans are these days. So it would be nice. It is nice to help them grow and help them live with the way that the oceans and the seas are these days. Anyway, I kind of like this level. There's a lot of fish. It's pretty cool. I got one more coin to get. Careful, careful. Oh, okay, so the boo does not go on there. Oh boy, that is close. I do want to show this. I don't think I showed it before. Oh my. Oh, so you can actually swim into that. But I guess if you swim down or move, then it just, you know, bumps into the wall, I guess. That's I thought like when you go there, it will, you know, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh no, the fish bones, but then it just bumps into the wall, and I think it's kind of funny. Trench Seafair. Let's go on down. Similar to Trench Warfare, except not as toxic, is Trench Seafair. There's a lot of cannonballs. I guess they are kind of toxic, come to think of it, you know. But you know, it's a little different, you know. We got a lot going on here. Yet another level with like another underwater level with a lot of enemies. Cause that's really what you can do to make a an underwater level really pop, you know, to make it interesting. Oh boy, what? I was just about to say I should watch out, and I did not watch out. Huh. Alright, go away, fish. I'm getting this helmet. There we go. And we have Bowser. One of the few times I have a Bowser, and one of the few times I have a Yoshi. I keep remembering or noticing that I don't use Yoshi much. The thing is that like if I'm gonna have Yoshi, I want it to be something that adds something to the level, you know? Like in that Don't Starve level, it's like, oh hey, there's eggs, you know? Like you got the things in the eggs. Because there are monsters in that game that lay eggs, and if you take the eggs, then those monsters are gonna go after you and kill you, because they are very dangerous. Specifically, they're called tall birds, and they're like these bird-like things with like long legs and kind of round heads. And then they find you, and they're very aggressive. If you're anywhere near them, they're gonna walk towards you pretty quickly, and they'll peck at you, and it really hurts. So here is one of, I guess, 3 of these. The classic. Oh. Well, at least it's an interesting way to portray such a disappointment. Yeah, I guess that's not really the same way it's done in Super Mario Bros. 3. Mario 3. Back to Mario 3D World. Oh boy, that was not the best way to go about that. I'm just kind of speed run through this. I feel like maybe I should do that more, because I've already shown these levels. Fun fact about this level, it used to be actually I used to have some ant troopers. Used to have some ant troopers on that big thwomp, but then I put some of the squeakers, the spiky squeakers instead, which I think fits a little bit better, but might be a little more dangerous. But then again, they're more stationary, so you can, like, it's not like they're going to be crawling around everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, that might be a little too complicated. Oh, I had a little spot here so you don't get crushed. That's very nice. Yeah, so some of these quality of life changes were not added I mean, they were. I added them, but I did not upload them. I probably not. Oh dear! Please, Blooper, leave me alone. Oh no, it's definitely not leaving me alone. Goombas in the water can be difficult to deal with when everyone is slow. Okay, luckily that's not a fish that's going to go back and forth. We're just gonna follow it around. Can't jump on it there, though. Okay. Alright. I don't even remember what these things are called. Oh, it's sting bees. Or sting buys. Like, they come on by and they sting you. I guess that's the idea. I gotta give the people making 3D World credit. You know, they did bring up some pretty cool enemies. You know, they have like these interesting mechanics. You know, the squeakers or whatever they're called, the mice. They stay still. You know, they try to stay in one spot. Meanwhile, the ant troopers. They crawl on all kinds of things. You can bounce on them. There's a lot you can do in 3D World, but there's a lot you cannot. So it's kind of like a back and forth. For example, you can't make nighttime levels in that world style. You can't make, yeah, there's no, there are no things that I can't think of right now. There are no night levels in 3D World. So you're stuck with the way that it looks generally, which is fine, you know, I mean, there are a lot of different variations, like different level styles, which really helps with the imagination. Like, yeah, sure, you know, having different game styles really helped, but, oh, can I, oh, I can just, like, do that jump. I just realized, huh. Well, that's a cool trick you can do. You can skip a little bit of that level. There we go. Doing those cool jumps and still getting hit. As you can see, this is on the airship set. I'm not sure why I specifically... Well, I guess because it kind of... Like, there's a lot of wood here. That's the thing. And I'm pretty sure Tick-Tock Clock was made of wood. So, we're gonna stomp on the thwomp here, but we're not gonna get past here, because I didn't get the coins, but that's fine. You know, as I said, I'm gonna try and get through these a little more quickly than I had in the past. Even though I haven't played this game, like, I haven't played a lot of these levels in probably like half a year, maybe a year. So, that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this, you know, just cap off the series, you know, and also because it's almost the end of Super Mario's 35th anniversary year. You know, it's going to be the 36th, so then the anniversary will be over. So this is to kind of show off some stuff, to kind of celebrate the anniversary of Super Mario Bros. I don't know why I had those colored blocks. I guess maybe to prevent jumping up to here? Huh. As you can see, I like having bullet bill blasters move around. I feel like that's a really interesting obstacle, because you know, then you have bullet bills going at different elevations, so they're a little more difficult to track. Like, you notice, oh, they're going at this elevation and not just, you know, not just at this height, basically. Like, okay, they're going from, like, okay, there's a blaster here, it's gonna go, like, that way, directly. just straightforward. But if it's on a moving platform and then a bullet bill like shoots out, then you gotta note, okay, well, it's coming from there instead of just that one spot. I'm not always the most eloquent person. I am. It's sometimes I'm just at a loss for words. The things I say are not always easy to understand, I guess, which is why I sometimes repeat them in different ways, of course. I don't like repetition, but sometimes you kind of have to do it. I get it. That's just how it is. You can see, oddly enough, that the oh, I need another bullet bill. I am gonna keep getting those. So I'm gonna need another bob bomb. But yeah, the bob bombs don't actually break these POW blocks, which is a funny thing. Okay, luckily this one, there's a little crevice here for it to go down there. Oh, dare I go through here without a star? I usually go through here with a star, but having a mushroom is just about enough. But normally you would have a star and you would defeat those enemies, and it's like just breaking through the place, and as such, it blows up. And the nasty swamp water, the toxic swamp water goes down. I used space here, by the way, to denote a lot of the toxic levels, the swamp levels, toxic swamp, night jungle levels, but also 1 or 2 levels based on space, because, there's some space, Yeah. What? This is not the only level I made with this kind of theme. Night sky. Night sky is fun with all this low gravity stuff going on. It's, I think, the only world set or level set that has that, which is a little unfortunate, but I understand, like it's okay. I get it. And hey, you can, as I mentioned, you can have different game themes to style it up, have some space, or have a different kind of space, or maybe just, do whatever Super Mario World does, which is, I think, space again. So it's, well, you get different looks of it. You'll eventually see. I have a couple other levels with kind of an underground, kind of a space-like theme, I guess. Sort of. The really unfortunate thing here is that nighttime New Super Mario Bros. U stages pretty much all have the that space background, which is fine. It looks good for a space level, but for everything else, not so much, which is why I don't use it much. Except for this, and, for a little level here and there, but not a whole lot else. Let me just go the Thwomp way. I could just ground pound through there, but I feel like I'll just go to here. So that's a little bonus if you keep your mushroom, I guess. I'm sure it's rather difficult with all those chain chomps. I do have a lot of levels with chain chomps, I must admit. Gumio and Kupiet. Obvious Romeo and Juliet reference. This is kind of like a play, like we're being, brought along. We see, scene one, big battle going on between the Goombas and the Koopas. There's Gumio, or no, wait, is it Gumio and Koopiet, I guess. And then there's their families, lots of bonsai bills. Why? I don't know. I just felt with like having a little bit of challenge in it, It's not just a themed level. Like if it's just a themed level, then it's not really a level. I feel like it's not that interesting if it's just okay. Well, here's the thing that you see. This is Super Mario Maker. It's a game. It's not a movie. I mean, you can make it kind of like a movie, but oh my. Speaking of move, I need to move on. Oh boy, that was a wild wedding. So yeah, they essentially they have their wedding. It's it's kind of, maybe I could have had one more scene, but there they are together in that very nice house on a honeymoon. And I guess I could have added like another spot where they're like working out their differences before the jungle theme wedding place, but you get the gist of it, Yeah. Toxic title track. Oh, and also that's of course that's more like West Side Story, I think, than Romeo and Juliet, because I think in Romeo and Juliet the two, I think they die in the end. So not so nice. I wouldn't really say not so romantic because, well, because I think like I think Shakespeare had a lot of tragedies, like those really big ones, Romeo and Juliet, King Lear, Hamlet. They're tragedies, very dramatic, very serious stuff. Some death here and things like that. Although he's done some comedies too, big authors or big collections of authors, pseudonyms, whatever number of people wrote the set of things, like the set of plays and such that are listed under the name Shakespeare. There's variety. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, there's some people who write a lot. Like, a lot. Like, not just... Like, here's the story. So, it's the first Friday of the month, and I had found out that my local, like, my city's museum has a, like a free Fridays day. There's some music, like a band, and I guess some guitar association, so there's some people playing some music, and I figured, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna check out the exhibit, maybe there's a new thing. Surprisingly enough, not only is there, pretty nice, like, art exhibit, which is, it's always nice to see some statues and paintings and such, but not only that, they were made by this guy, I think Richard Werman, who had like this like world-renowned architect. Like he wrote 96 books apparently. Now maybe some of them are essays. I don't know how long they were, but that's a lot. But yeah, he's like renowned architect, and he actually brought a lot of architects and scientists and computer scientists to set up TED. The technology, education, development. I think that's the D part. Technology, education, development conference. Where they just get together and they just say, okay, well, I came up with this design, or this theory, or this scientific discovery, things like that. I've actually seen some presentations, but more of like the social sciences and maybe some like some technology stuff, like, oh, well, here's Google making their presentation, and here's another website, and they're talking about the potential of it, like what it can do and what people can do with it and all that. And I've seen like one or two about like psychology, education, I guess. It's been a few years since I've really, I've seen one like just randomly, like maybe once a year, like, oh, hey, check that out, that's pretty cool, and then I watch it, and then I don't really look into the rest of them. Anyway, here I am talking about all this other stuff. This was basically based on the 9 Circles of Hell, I think. Like that one there is treachery, I think. I forget what the last one is, but it's something about coldness and meanness. They're all like named after sins, like greed and gluttony and lust. And then there's of course Bowser at the end. Of course he's the guardian of the underworld, of the guardian of the Inferno or whatever. So there's a castle level, pretty much. I mean, it is a castle level for sure. So I guess I'll record some other time because I'm kind of tired. We've already had 4 worlds, so there you go.